This summer, from a place with an endless summer, in a world that could be anywhere in the world, comes the story of the people behind the stories. They are the Western Cape film industry. Get ready for the talented locals who brought you big budget films that we're legally able to cut into this montage. Do you need a bunch of pirates battling out at sea?
Or world-class voiceovers
read by a zombie?
Or maybe high-octane gunfights that end in car chases? We've got the lot. Get it? Never mind. If you can imagine it, we can write it, build it, and blow it up. Boom. You know what? We can animate it too, and even turn it into a game. Impressive. Witness the critically acclaimed Western Cape as a breathtaking backdrop like this one. Oh, swooping. Do you want to shoot in a city that could be any city for half the budget? We've got that. Exotic locations? We've got that too. Craft services and catering in the middle of nowhere? Piece of cake.
With a vegan option.
Critics are calling it one of the world's leading hubs for international film and television. And there's what this guy said. Whatever the story is, find the right places, people, and penguins to tell it. In the Western Cape, of course. Nice.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Annecy Upskilling. It's a pleasure to see so many old faces and new faces here as panelists. And yeah, it's my pleasure to MC. My name is Monica Rorvik. I'm from Wesgro, heading up the Film and Media Promotion Department. Wesgro is the tourism, trade, and investment agency funded by the province and the city. And we're here to celebrate not just the Western Cape and Cape Town, but of course the whole country. And when we go into market as a country, it's always led by the National Film and Video Foundation, one of the main sponsors of the stand, Animation SA, the industry body. And there is a lot to celebrate about Annecy as it unfolds here. You'll hear about everything, but that's not my story to say at the moment. I will introduce the head of market. We have Veronique Eklenaz here for 30 minutes. She will do her live presentation of the exciting hybrid online festival, which ran so well last year after a very quick lockdown. Now we've had a year, and she has some new things to show us. And then we will have Erica Denis, who heads up IFAS's audiovisual unit, and she'll talk about all the partnerships in Africa with her teams of colleagues across the continent. And yes, I'll let her story unfold. And then we will go to Animation SA and colleagues here in South Africa who have exciting projects like the Cape Town International Animation Festival, Road to Annecy, and the Triggerfish Academy. But I don't want to tell you all the story too far. NFEF is here in the room. They did run the SAFTAs this weekend, our South African Film and Video Awards, our Academy Awards essentially, and very excited that it went so well this year, and there was so much to celebrate. And thank you, NFEF, for leading the mission for South Africa to Annecy. But in this brief introduction, I do want to say that the most important reason here is to learn how the online version of the festival works. And for that, we are very pleased to have Veronique online, and she will take over for the next half an hour, and then she will have to leave. So please do ask questions in the Q&A button. Please don't use the chat box, as it's more difficult to manage, but do say hi to each other in the chat box. Welcome, Veronique. Please take the floor. Thank you very much for dialing in during this very busy time in France.
Thank you very much, Monica, and hello to everyone. This is a great moment for me to share this moment with you as we did last year. I would like to thank every partner here. There's a long list. So thank you very much to all for the implication in Annecy Festival and MIFA. We have in Annecy a very special um, relationship with history or story with South Africa. You know, it's been the first time I came to South Africa was 2011, and it's already 10 years, and there's been so much going on since then. So this year is a very special year to celebrate this because you probably know that we are celebrating African animation this year. And so this is a very special year. We are celebrating 60 years for the festival and African animation. We also have the Africa 2020 season in France. So it corresponds to the celebration of African animation that we are doing on the festival side with our artistic director. The reason why it's very special is that before I go into the program, is that so first of all, the COVID situation has been very difficult, of course, as for everyone here, and we have put in place a program that is hybrid. So what is hybrid is it means that on the spot in Annecy will take place the festival mainly. You'll see that on the MIFA side is very reduced. On the festival side, you will get the whole competition in theaters and also work in progress sessions. So this is what will take place in Annecy, but not more, because we have had to reduce a lot because of the uncertainty. On the MIFA side, for those who know on the spot, there's usually a big marquee with a lot of booths and tables and meetings taking place, and also all the events taking place in rooms. This year, there will only be meeting tables and a few pavilions for the few delegation that will be on the spot, that is French regions, and a few countries, European countries like Belgium, Luxembourg, the closest to France, because it's still difficult for people to travel, and it's a lot of worry. So the idea of this year is for those attending the festival on the spot in theaters, it was to offer them a possibility to meet also on site in the Imperial Palace. So there will be no marquee, just the Imperial Palace and those meeting tables. 100% of the content will be online. So for you being online, you will have everything. You'll have access to everything except the feature films in competition. Most of them will only be in theaters due to some restrictions from the producers who wish to have their films in theaters and not online. But except those feature films, all the rest will be online, including the work in progress sessions taking place in Annecy. They will be also taped and then put online at the same time. So you won't miss anything. Another thing that I would like to point out is the program around South Africa. You'll see that there are, you've probably seen that there are several films in competition. That's a great year. And also we have a special guest in the MIFA campus session. This year is William Kentridge. He will be having a discussion with Ngone Fall. She's the General Commissioner of the Africa 2020 season. And inside the MIFA campus sessions that will take place on Friday 18th, he accepted the invitation to discuss with Ngone Fall about African animation, about South Africa history, and also what is the consequences on today's life about colonialism and apartheid, and how he sees animation. And it's a way also to transmit to younger generations what he's been doing. So it will be a great moment. And for Africa, you'll see that there are several pitching sessions also taking place for African animation. So hopefully next year we'll be able to have you back in Annecy, and we'll make sure to give also a special place for African animation next year, due to the fact that you were not able to attend this year. So I'll share my screen to describe what I'm going to do. Is it's kind of simple, so I won't spend so much time, but to show you how the program is divided, and then how you reach the platform, which is not available yet. The platform will be available on 1st of June. So you still have to wait a few more days. So I hope everything will be okay in the way I'm going to show you, because I have a special link to this platform. But so I will share to go to the program, to the website, and then so here, just to explain the whole program. So this is the website, and so this is for the festival programming. So I'll put this in English. Sorry, I have to move that. Here you go. Okay, so on the festival side, the programming is, this is all the programming. So you have the official selection, of course, that you are able to see on the website now. So if you reach to these are all the sections of the festival competition, the official selection, and then you can check all the programming. So here are the different sections that you can see. And if we look at all the sections, I guess you know them. Probably I won't go through it, but the official feature films, Contre-champ is the it's like in Cannes, Un certain regard. It's a more difficult approach of films. So it's another section of feature films. The short film also selection, the off limits. So it's also a limit to animation. It's kind of experimental films, graduation short film. So just as an example, if we go through it, you can see different films, and then you can, like if we go to South Africa up, we can go to the film description from here's the animation school, graduation film in competition. And this can be also the case for other films. I think we have like in perspectives, I think there's one from, yeah, I Am Chuma, from Wendy Speaks and Clea Malison. So this will be also a film that will be shown in this perspective from South Africa. We have one, I think, in young audiences from South Africa. I think, let me check that. No, it's not this one. So that must be in TV films, where you have one. it's a little below. Here you go, 20. Here it is. South Africa, USA, Kenya with Mainzai, of course, with Nick, Kwame Nyong'o from Kenya. So these are the, well, just as a summary of all the, the categories you can go and through it. And work in progress session I was mentioning. So work in progress session, as a reminder, is films that are in production, and so you can have a look at it. Okay, so about the festival programming. Then you have exploration. So these are different categories. It's more on the spot where you have open air screenings, preview or a premiere, but there won't be so many this year due to the restrictions. Inspiration is the way to discover films, either they are in progress or in production, which I just explained, or also they are already done, and it's making of session to explain how a film was made. Master classes from directors and what they've been doing, so you can go through it. Conferences, the whole program that will be also online, and studio focus sessions where you can have the showing of studios like that can be, of course, Cartoon Network, Netflix, Disney, and they explain how their studios are working and on what are they working on right now. So it's a good way to see how a studio is working. And then on the MIFA side, so you have creation, training, and connection. So MIFA creation, you have the pitching sessions that are the official pitching sessions for short films, feature films, VR, and TV films. Then you have partner pitches. Here you can have different countries. This will be the case. Sorry, this will be the case with, of course, South Africa, since we will have the road to Annecy. That will be in this category, and I'll explain to you in the program. And then so on the training parts, MIFA Campus is the day on Friday, the last day of the market, where we will present different sessions from studios, or this will be where Mr. Kentridge will speak with Mrs. Ngonefal. And you have also opportunities to show to see sessions about schools, about students, and different talks from experts. This will, of course, dedicated to students and young professionals, but not only. And then demo sessions are more on the technological parts. So you can see, for example, Unity explaining about tools, or other important tools that you can experience through those demo sessions. So it's an interesting category to watch. And then connection. So connection, here you have midday. So these are all the moments that will be dedicated to meet for example, buyers. You will have a list of buyers that have accepted to dedicate 1 or 2 hours to meetings. So you will have to go through the program, and then you'll be able to see that you can meet Warner Media, or you can meet ZDF or BBC or different channels and platforms. So you'll be able to take to contact them and go straight to them. And also all the partner pitching sessions, like the one that will be organized with you all at the end of the session. All sessions will be put online on Monday, 14th June. And after being able to watch all the pitching from the project holders, professionals will be able to access the talents and be able to access the meetings with each talent. So that will be a moment very important for project holders to be in contact with professionals. Focus sessions, there are sessions dedicated to countries willing to put forward their industry, or that can be dedicated to also ASIFA, for example. They will celebrate 60 years. We will have one focus session dedicated to residencies, how it can be useful for talents to use residencies in France or elsewhere. Then press conference are dedicated to, of course, channels or platforms. So there will be one online, like Canal Plus. There will be France Télévisions on the spot in Annecy, and Disney will also do one in online. And then talent acquisition, it's a moment when recruitment will take place. It means that the studios attending Annecy, so for some of them, they will be able to have a special area in booth, because there will be, of course, a booth online, a virtual booth, and some studios will take a recruitment booth, so they can inform about the talents they are looking for, and you will be able to take meetings with them at the end of it. There will be some sessions where a few studios will be able to explain how it is to work with them, and how you can reach them for to acquire a job or anything. So if I go to the program, so this is also something you can reach from the website. So the way it works, I'll put it in English. So you can see that you have several ways to select. Here you have festival and MIFA. Of course, if you want to see everything, you can leave them like that, or you can decide just to see what is going on in MIFA, and then you'll just switch off this one. So for the moment, I'll give this one. And here you have every day. So if you want to see what's going on the first day for both festival and MIFA, you can go through it. And so these are daily things that they stay on the screen all the time. So you can just skip them and go down to the program. So you can see here the day. And so it will go from 14th to 21 of July. These are some exhibitions that take place in Annecy. You can see it's written on site. So this does not concern you directly. Exhibition. Then, for example, the first program will be for MIFA about Nigeria focus. So it will take place on the 14th, and it's online. So you can see how you can have a look at what is going on online or on site. It's explained each time. Here it's work in progress sessions, and then Southeast Asia focus. So you can have a look at the whole program during one day and then go through it. So you have so you can't miss during the day what's going on. You can just go through all of it, and then of course you can have a look at how it's organized and have more information on the session by looking at it. For the moment, not all the links are made to the platform because the platform is not on, but later on for certain events where you can have an access, like for example, now pitching sessions when taking place, you will have a link situation here where you can tick on it, and then you will be sent to the platform when meetings can be organized. So it will take you straight to the platform. So if you take the habit to go through the platform, then you'll get all the link. Another way to select it's by formats. It's the type of event you can have. So you can see that on the festival side, these are all the sections that you can go through it. If you just want to see, for example, the conferences, then you can just tick on the conferences, and you'll get only the conferences. For the moment, they are not online yet, but you can just select, and you take, for example, Tuesday, the 15th, and then you'll get all of them. So it's different ways to do your selection. For if you decide just to see MIFA site, what's taking place on Tuesday, like mid-year, for example, and you'll get the festival programmers where you can, it's does not concern you because it's really one-on-one meetings between festival programmers and films institutes. But you can, for example, access the Canal Plus Youth Unit buyer. This is where you will be able to tick on a link to get you to the platform to take the meeting with this buyer, for example, or it can be Super LTL, for example. These are all the buyers who have accepted to dedicate a moment with you. BBC, ZDF. This is a French a feature film distributor, very important in France, Oeco. You can see that you have quite a lot of buyers, Warner Media family, Walt Disney, and then if you take, you change the day and you go to Wednesday, here you will get other buyers, Arte, Warner Media. You can Warner Media is always different buyers, Grupo Globo in Brazil. So you can have quite a lot of selection. You can have also in talent acquisition. Let me check what. No, it's not on either. I'm sorry. And then MIFA Campus, for example, so that will be on Friday. And here you will get the whole program of different sessions that you can attend. Presentation with Conifal and Mr. Kentridge is here. Through the eyes of an animator, it's a different perspective, and Disney will do a presentation also. Well, you have quite a lot of offers in MIFA Campus. You can go through it, and also you will have pitching sessions. So I think yours will be on Thursday. Here it's written on Thursday, but it will be available starting Monday. We will specify it. So here you have the details of the sessions, and of course the videos. Not all the photos are on, I think, but this will be how it's described in the sessions. So I think that's well. Don't hesitate to go through all of it. It's very simple, I think, to use it. And then the platform that we will use this year looks like that. So you will have access with your code when you are registered, and then different way to approach the program. Though this will be to access the festival program. This will be the video library. You will be able to access it through this link and see all the films that are registered in it. My schedule, that will be what you've been organizing as your program during Annecy. My meeting is it's when you've been able to organize your meetings. This will appear here. So this year, when you register, there's a recommended for you. That's very important, because you have to, before reaching that, when you enter the platform, you'll be asked to what you're doing, what you're looking for, and who you are looking for. So you'll be able to enter as many information as you can, so that when you go to this recommended for you, you will have a list of companies that correspond to what you are looking for, according to what you're doing. It's it's a tool that I guess you've been using it also in some other events, but it helps you to get recommendations of some companies you wouldn't have thought of before. But of course, you'll be able to look for contacts another way. So interested in you is the people who will have put a liked on your profile, because it corresponds. So you can have access to this list of people who have liked you, and then you can propose a video a meeting if you like. My connection is when you have decided to connect with somebody. So and you have liked them, so it will enter. It will be listed here. Here, these then when confirmed, all your interested list will appear here, and you'll be able to start networking with those people and propose a meeting. And here is the people who don't interest you, and so you put them aside. And then here it will be the whole exhibition list, the all companies list, having a virtual stand. So for the moment, it's only just some example test, but it's not active yet. Pavilion is for international delegation that have a pavilion, so you can go through all of them and then decide to see in Chile who is attending. There will be the Chilean delegation, the Colombian, the South African one. So you can go look for countries, and then you will have access to all the companies being listed, as we will have for your delegation under animation South Africa. Then we'll be able to see inside who is listed under animation South Africa. You'll have a list also of schools, of new technology companies, and also the recruitment area, where you can have access to those company recruiting, what kind of profile they are looking for. And here, recruiters, you will be able to access the recruiters And here all the buyers list. This will be very easy, since in this list you will get all the buyers and you'll be able to request a meeting to them. MIFA attendees, the whole MIFA attendees. These are only the festival goers, those who have a festival badge but not a MIFA. And then the students and different categories that we are putting in place. So I think that's all I can say for the moment. I'm sorry I cannot show you all the platform, but it's a very easy way to do it. And so yeah, June 1st will be online. But just don't hesitate to go through the program now on the website. It's on, and you'll be able to prepare already your program, I guess, and then take the meeting starting June 1st. And for those who have films to register in the video library, that will be also at that same moment. You'll be able to list the films that you want to inside of it. So I guess that's it. So I see a question. Will Annecy 2022 be an online festival too? Oh, so yes, that's a good question. We are certainly going to. We will wait for the end, of course, of this edition to see how we are going to organize Annecy 2022. It's for sure, it's an interesting moment, because we are experiencing different ways to approach a program, to approach content, and also to approach professionals around the world. We can see, we've seen last year a lot of interest in the online program. We know that a lot of people are not able to travel. And the fact that last year was online has interested a lot of professionals and talents around the world. So for sure, we will keep some content online. That's for sure. Now we have to determine which one and how long. Like for example, now the content will be online until the end of the year. So it's interesting, because you can dedicate a lot of time this year, this week of 14 to 19 June to meetings, because most of people will be connected during this week. And then if you don't have time to watch all the content, you can keep it for after. I think the most important is, of course, to be in contact with professionals, buyers, and everything. And if and then take the time to watch at all the conferences or any kind of content. We cannot guarantee all of it until end of the year, because some people, some professionals or companies do not allow us. But for most of it, we will keep it online until end of the year, like pitching sessions for all the professional accepting to keep the content online. We will keep it online, like the video library too will be online. So I think that's all I have in a question for the moment.
You have one more, and then we have to let you go, I know. So thank you so much thus far, Veronique. It was so clear. It's come so far. And I
You're
know
very
that
welcome.
we're really excited to come there virtually again. But I think there's one more technical question, and then I know you have to say goodbye. And I'm
Okay,
so sorry for that. But I know how busy you are as a festival market head. It's incredible you gave us this time, and well done. And I look forward to June 1. And before you go to this, I have one slight question.
Yes.
What happens if you want a meeting and that slot's full? Do you think that people will follow up afterwards if you write a nice little email, see all your slots are full?
I think you can, because I guess they are also very busy during the week. So you should not hesitate to ask for at another moment. You know, it's not the week is really dedicated to take contact and start things, but it does not stop at the end of the week. So of course you have I think this online version allows you to be in contact and then decide the moment you will do the meetings. It doesn't have specifically to be during the week. If the professional is available, I think it's great to ask before or after to do meetings even after. So, well, I hope it has helped. It's not the best way to do it because, as I said, the platform is still running in progress. It's been a lot of work, and we are running a little bit late because it's so many things. When you do hybrid, it's much more complicated than only online. So we are experiencing a lot of work, but yeah, June 1st will be fine. So it leaves 2 weeks to prepare. That's I think that's all right. And hopefully everything will go well for everyone. But I think there will be a bigger visibility on the pitching session, and I hope all the talents will get also, or the professional will get the meetings they need. And well, thank you again very much for
Thank you, Veronique.
being with
Can,
us this year.
can,
Thank you to all.
Can you, before you go, can you read that question? It's in the
Okay.
in the box. Thank you.
Is this quarantine in Geneva or in Annecy? For those that will be traveling via Geneva. So it's a difficult question because it changes a lot. So I think we have on the website an information on COVID situation, and if you are requested quarantine or not according to where you come from. So what we can do, what I can say on MIFA side and festival side, once you are in Annecy, is that you don't need specifically vaccine or test, because we are under the regulation of theaters where you have a 65% occupation starting June, and then so we have to respect this regulation. So there will be separation between each site, its seats, and then in the Imperial Palace, this will be a regulation for fairs where it's a 50% occupation, and we have to also to make sure people are in distanciation. So I know that for France you have to show a test before going in, and then I would say check end of May, beginning of June, what is the new regulation, but it's changing. So I know for the test, I don't know for the quarantine. I don't think you have to, it was 7 days. So I think you have to check now, but I'm not sure in June it's still valid. So, but go on a website and you can check we keep it regularly updated.
Thank you so much, Veronique, and all the best to your hard work ahead. We're going to move to our next panelist now, and
thank you very much.
Next year we'll see you in person, I hope. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye. Thank you.
Handing over now to the head of audiovisual at the French Embassy, IFAS, Erica Denny. No explanation required. You're going to go through a lot of those logos that are in our invite because of all the links that IFAS puts all of us together in this season of Africa. And thank you for those for that comment and advice about the last questioner saying, check with the airlines. They always have the most up-to-date details. And I agree. Erica, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Monica, and thanks a lot, Veronique. No, she had to leave, but it's great that we are able to grow the partnership with the Annecy Film Festival over the year, and I think, like she said, this year is a wonderful opportunity to engage with the Annecy Festival and market, especially because of the Africa 2020 season. So I think thanks to the strong delegation that has been put in place with all the partners that are attending today meetings, a great possibility to engage with international market and French markets. So I'm not going to be very long. I'm just going to introduce myself on a little bit what we are doing as a partner of the animation sector in South Africa. So I'm the head of media, film and music at the French Institute of South Africa, which is the cultural body of the French embassy here. I'm in charge of creative industry, and we are developing mainly long-term partnership and programs in the fields of innovation, training, storytelling, content production, distribution, and professional markets as today. Basically, in short, what we are doing is to foster collaboration between our two countries in specific market, and animation is at the core of it. We've been engaging for years on strong partnership with South Africa around animation, with specific focus in youth employment, capacity building, skills development, diversity and inclusivity. And to name a few, I'm going to go very, very quickly to two of the main of our programming, the Digital Lab Africa that you may have heard of, that we initiated in 2017 and that is now run by Tshimologong, which is the first platform dedicated to creative content and incubation content, including animation. And the DLA5 winners will be presenting their project in Annecy this year, part of the delegation. And in 2018, with the support of the French Agency of Development, we launched a strong partnership with Tshimologong, creating what we have called the Digital Content Hub, and where the Digital Lab Africa has been integrated. You obviously may have heard of the Animation Skills Academy, created within the hub in partnership with the French school Les Gobelins. We also are supporting programs like Road to Annecy, festival like Cape Town Animation Film Festival. We support scholarship to go to Gobelin School, for instance, market survey, coordination and supporting delegation like for this one in Annecy. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the partners that are engaging with us in doing so. And once again, I would like to emphasize the fact that I really do think that Annecy online offer this year is a wonderful opportunity to engage. Obviously, we all will have been very happy to attend Annecy physically and to be there in person. But I think the tools that Annecy have been developed over the last 2 years is a really efficient one, and the programming of the SA delegation this year is really, really strong. So congratulations for all the selected project and for the one that will be part of the SA Pavilion in Annecy in June. So thank you very much. And I just want to conclude on the fact that we will be announcing all new project in Annecy this year in a specific session. So please stay tuned, and we will be communicating on it very soon. Thank you.
Brilliant as always, Erica. And there's so much that you and your colleagues do across Africa. And this season of Africa 2020 is really rich. And I'm sure looking forward to your big announcements in Annecy. And thank you again for all the hard work. There weren't any questions directed to you at the moment, but if you stick around, please, we will send those questions to you if they come up directed to you, and possibly in the conversation later, people will realize they have a question just for you. So now we're going to our next speaker, and there's really no introduction needed for Animation SA because they have been doing such great work over the years. we have the amazing chair, national chair. And it's over to you, Nick. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Monica. And thanks, Erica and Veronique, for your presentation. I think that everyone's going to find it really useful to get that tutorial through the website to know exactly where to go and what each of those headlines meant. It can be a bit confusing when you're not the one who developed the website in the first place. So yes, as Monica says, I'm the current chair of ASA. My key portfolios are really sector support and markets. This is, ASA does quite a bit of things. So we're an industry association represents the interests of animation and VFX professionals. For those of you who don't know, one of the main things we do is we kind of make trading conditions more conducive to creating and maintaining work opportunities. So that has to do with policy, regulations, legislation. So we kind of intervene there, and we like to think of it as a public-private partnership so that we can help optimize or at least improve trading conditions. That's the objective. So we also have some initiatives that transfer and develop scarce and critical skills that we've identified. We conduct and participate in research. So, the whole goal is to make it so that the findings more accurately reflect and inform future interventions. And then, of course, relevant to Annecy is the initiatives which help result in more commercial activity, including the exportation of South African animation products and services. So for us, Annecy, we've identified as a key market some years ago. We've enjoyed enormous success at Annecy, and we intend to continue to do it throughout the years. So it's actually a massive coordinated effort between the likes of Wesgro, who also support the Western Cape professionals and always graciously host these market readiness workshops, just to help ensure that all of you viewers who are attending this session are as informed as you can be coming to the market. KZN Film Commission, who support professionals based in Durban, IFAS, who always encourage friends collaboration and partnerships and assist with visa applications. Without them, I could tell you, when we still did on-site market attendance, many of us would not be there. We would not have a physical presence because we would not have those visas to be able to attend. DTI, who've always offered financial support for emerging professionals throughout the course of a number of years. But the NFVF have always consistently sponsored and supported Annecy every year, and a massive thanks and gratitude to them. And on that note, and I know that this bears repeating, Stacey's probably going to mention it later down the line, but the festivals and markets attendance is, of all events taking place from June to September, which includes Annecy, is open and online on the Praxis portal on the NFVF website. So that's between the 21st May to 2nd June, deadline being the 2nd of June. So for those of you who do need accreditation support, financial support for the pass to access the market, definitely submit your applications online. I know that based on the submissions we received from those respondents to the survey we circulated, we had about 42 professionals who intend to attend this year. And like Veronique was saying, the platform is going to be available on the 1st of June. So the sooner we get there, get the accreditation, we're ready, we can book the sessions. The one thing I try to reiterate at every market readiness workshop is prioritize the B2B component, the MIFA aspect. Definitely participate where possible and support South African projects in competition and pitching. But otherwise, try to participate in the B2B component of the festival, because that is one of the main reasons why you're here. And so that whole program with the buyers, check the program. Their live sessions are one-on-one sessions. So if you want to make those time slots, those go out very, very quickly. Because remember, it's not just South Africa, we're competing with the rest of the marketplace. So try and get in on those as soon as you possibly can. And then I just wanted to let you guys know about the official selection. So Veronique kindly went through a couple of them. So we're in the official selection for off-limits short films, graduation short films, perspective short films, and TV films in competition, which is really cool. And we also have some screenings in the African Animation Today program and the MIFA Africa Focus Pitch Session. So for the off-limits short films, we have Cause of Death, which I think is a South African Austrian production, and it's with Giotto Mishri, directed by him. We have graduation short films in competition from the animation school. Don't Drop the Goose. That's the one that you saw a little earlier that Veronique actually scanned through. We have perspective short films in competition, which is I Am Chuma, directed by Winnie Spinks and Clea Mallison. And TV films in competition, we have a TV series, which is a co-production between Mind's Eye Creative and Brain Trust in the UK, and it's directed by Mike Scott. It's that Twende Smoothie Operator. Definitely look out for that. And then we got some South African screenings on the Africa Animation Today program, which is Blue Monday and My Mum's Bonkers by Naomi van Niekerk. Very talented sound animator. And yeah, so then we have the MIFA 2021 Africa Focus Pitch Session, which is Kwesi, which happens to be the Road to Annecy winner. So that is kind of our lineup here. For those of you who are looking to join ASA, you can send an email to treasurer@animationsa.org if you are interested in joining. We are revamping and relaunching the website. It's going to be very user-friendly. It's going to be a repository for all skilled people, all professionals operating within animation. And, you know, the whole goal for us is to create more visibility for all of you. So we want you to know one another. We want to create opportunities. We want to be able to submit job posts. This platform is going to offer all of that. So we highly encourage you to register and become a member. You can do one or the other. And yeah, great. That's pretty much all that needs to be said on my part.
Thank you, Nick. As always, clear, concise, and energetic. I think you gave us some really good advice there, and I hope that everyone has a better festival and market experience because of it. And thanks for all the success to you and your team for making it all happen. Speaking of your team, Cape Town International Animation Festival is one of your big projects, and we have the director up next to speak about Road to Annecy, amongst other things. Thank you. Diane Makings, over to you.
Thanks so much, Monica. That little small clip that we saw was from the Road to Annecy competition, which was held about 2 weeks ago. The Road to Annecy competition is such an exciting competition for me at Cape Town International Animation Festival, because what we've got here is we've got so many of the important organizations that are supporting animation in South Africa coming together in one project. So what we did this year is we changed it slightly because of COVID, and we've realized that this new format that's being created with all these partners inputting is so much more effective. So previously what would happen is that you would submit to the NFVF, and then you would arrive at Cape Town and you'd pitch. And you'd get a lot of feedback in from people, and that would get you ready to go to the international market. What's happened now is with Tshimologong Digital Precinct coming on board, they've started curating a series of masterclasses. So almost 60 entrants submitted pitches. Out of that, a panel of judges narrowed it down to 5. And then those 5 projects went into 4 weeks of masterclasses. So they've already done the first 2 weeks of masterclasses. Then they came to the online competition, which you just saw the promo for. They pitched there. There was a panel of international and local judges who then gave them feedback. And then after that pitching session, they went through and did another 2 weeks of masterclasses, which they're still in. The jump that people have been able to make as a result of the masterclasses of when they first submitted to where they are now has been fantastic. And it's shown us just how important it is to practice your pitch. Practice makes perfect. And more and more and more, the more programs that what we can create for our community that allows for that practice and for that exchange of ideas and for the exchange of feedback, the more prepared you are for when you hit Annecy or any other international market for that matter. So we will definitely be going to be bringing this program back in 2022. It will again be hybrid, because that way we can open it up to the whole country, and it doesn't have to be site specific. You don't have to be in Joburg to get to Tshimologong. The beauty of this is that you can have projects from across the country meeting together in the digital space. We're going to carry on with the masterclasses with our partners at Tshimologong. We're going to carry on with the competition with the partners from the French Institute of South Africa, from the NFEF, from the French Development Agency. I think that people probably on this call are not that surprised that it takes so many people to combine their resources in order to do a project of this size, but it really does take a fair amount of dedication and willpower. So to all the partners who fed into that, from the lecturers like Lesego Foster at Tshimologong, from the person who really drove this whole process, which was Joy Mawela from Tshimologong, like really thank you to all of them. And then, you know, the NFEF and EFAS are just such incredible supporters of animation. And it's not really the winning project was an incredible project. It's Kwezi. And I'm going to post a little link here for everyone to go and see the summary section of the Kwezi pitch. And you'll see, like, it really is a beautiful project, what they've done there. But the prize of getting to Annecy isn't the main prize. The prize is being one of the 5. The feedback that the 5 projects got was invaluable. Seeing the growth from where the pitches started, from where they ended up just 2 weeks later was astronomical. And I'm so excited to see them 2 weeks after that, because I really think that they've got something very special there. And I think they've been the most prepared group that has ever come through this competition out into Annecy. So really, congratulations to everyone. And I'll post those links later in the chat channel. Now, I'm sure you also want to know a little bit more about what is happening with our festival here locally. And I'm just going to pull that up for us quickly. This festival this year will be, again, a hybrid festival. Last year we had to cancel. This year we're lucky enough that we don't have to cancel, which is fantastic. There we go. Let's see if I can just make that full for us. So what we've been doing throughout the course of this year is we've been having online events mixed with some live events. So in April, we did the Cardiff Animation Festival, which was a series of online masterclasses, but we also had drive-in screenings, COVID-safe drive-in screenings, both in Cape Town and in Khayelitsha. We've realized that the drive-ins are huge success stories. People love coming to the drive-ins. So it's definitely something that we're going to be bringing back into our program. I mean, COVID has done so many things to the industry and to, I think, people's livelihoods that have been devastating, but there are so many learnings from a festival point of view of how to interact with our audience. And I think the thing that as a festival we hadn't really been focused in on is how much everyone enjoys the online experience. We knew that they enjoyed the live experience, but the convenience of the digital experience means that we're reaching people that we didn't know that we had reached. We spoke about Road to Annecy earlier, which is, as you can see, the Tshimologong project in May. And the interesting thing about that is that Road to Annecy usually only has about 50 to 60 viewers in the hall. With this project, we've just pulled the YouTube thing and we've had over 500 people view the Road to Annecy full length, not the edited. We haven't got the edited up live. So that's 2 hours of content that people were watching, which is a stat that is very new to me. But of course, if you're working during your day or you're animating and you've just got something small up in the corner of your screen, it is possible to participate in the whole program. So that's been very interesting for us. Next month, we're going to be doing our partnership with Autodesk, and that's again going to be a series of online and live experiences. So online, you'll be starting to hear about more masterclasses that are happening. You'll be very excited to know that we have been able to arrange Hector Torres, which is for anyone who's in rigging will know how exciting that is. We're also partnering with the Animation Exchange to do a live event. So again, we're going to be playing with this format of live and online for the rest of the year. In July, we're going to be honoring the 2020 students, so the students who weren't honored last year. And then in August, we're looking at a new sponsor that's come on board, TV Paint. And we're going to be talking about 2D with them, which I'm very excited that they are coming in and having a look at the South African market. And then in September, from the 11th to the 13th, we are going to be launching the Cape Town International Animation Festival. It's going to be a very different live event. It's going to be far more streamlined. It's going to be COVID safe. It means that we need a big venue, which we are still in the process of finalizing, and limited seats. What we have done, though, to make the flow a little bit easier is that you'll see when we launch our program that the first 2 days of KTAF will be a far more consumer creative friendly event. And then we have 1 day specifically set aside for trade, for producers. And we're partnering with FAME for that. FAME is a new exhibition that is going to be launching this year. It's the Film, Art, Media, Entertainment exhibition. And we're partnering with them on that because that way we can consolidate the list of buyers, distributors, agents that we bring out. And we can maximize how many people you, who are our delegates, get to see and get to meet with. So for us, we're excited about this new hybrid way of working. Please have patience with us as we all try to learn YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, and please send through your comments and please let us know what projects you're working on. We're so used to seeing each other in real life that we have lost a little bit of contact with you as our studios. So please carry on sending information to us so that we know to include you and we know to highlight you and promote you, because that is what our job is here. It's here to promote you and to create a platform for you to be able to share your work and get your voice out into the stage. So thank you again to Wesgro and the team at the Wesgro Film Events Division for allowing us to come and speak. You've always been wonderful supporters of everything that we do. And I'm very appreciative of moments like this that we can share and tell you what's going on our side.
Wow, this is an amazing year, Diane, and you and your team deserve all the praise. I mean, I always wondered how you were going to top your last live event with 2 Academy Award winners, and it was just such a brilliant sold-out event at the River Club, which is now gone, and you were going to move to the stadium, and then COVID hit. But I would like to say, with Road to Annecy and all the industry work, which is where we live as film and media promotion at Wesgro, is you've captured the heart of the festival in the online space and the partnerships you're building. I mean, you work with so many festivals all over the world, of course, Annecy being that nugget at the center of the pearl, which is Cape Town International Animation Festival. And speaking of pearls, in COVID, we've had a lot of support from our national government, including the presidential economic stimulus package. And Colin Payne from Triggerfish Academy, the CEO, is going to speak a little bit about some of that and what we've been doing, how this industry pivoted. The fourth industrial revolution was really an exemplar industry in this creative space. A lot of animators, gamers, post-producers have managed to go into that space very well and pivoted. And it's very exciting to have Colin come here and tie a ribbon. And please keep your questions coming. Erica just answered a very good question online about Digital Lab Africa. I'll read that and the answer at the end, but over to you, Colin.
Hi, thanks. It's always intimidating following Diane. That was quite a rundown of content. We are a slightly less developed operation. The Triggerfish Academy has been going for a few years. Some of you will be familiar with it. It's been trying to take on a variety of forms, testing out what we really want to do, and what works for the market. So let me actually share my screen. The Triggerfish Academy has been going for a few years now, and has produced a series of videos to educate people in animation, introduce them to it. There's been a broad outreach program trying to promote the industry, especially at a school level. We're pivoting slightly towards more focused target markets of sort of people entering the industry and juniors. And really, this sums it up, our mission: to accelerate the development of animation professionals and productions not supported by the established education and studio systems through knowledge sharing. So what we really want to do is harness the industry professionals to share their knowledge, find people to give their solutions to, A lot of solutions have been found here in South Africa for how to get high quality productions going of an international standard, and Triggerfish has been instrumental in developing that in South Africa. So I've spent a lot of time looking at what are the problems we're really trying to solve, and that seems to be the key thing. How do we get talent in South Africa working on an international level and productions going? So we're starting in South Africa, we're looking at Africa as a continent, and then hopefully moving towards the rest of the world, trying to focus on those not in the established systems that are already quite well supported. So we're looking at the technical side of things. We're looking at how to develop narrative and IP. These are all things that have been well explored at a place like Triggerfish. And then, of course, to make the industry competitive, the sort of business drive to make something happen and connect the dots. And like I said, we want to do that using mentorship, knowledge sharing. There's a lot of specialized knowledge, and if you look at what's available internationally, it often doesn't speak to the very problems that we struggle with. So it's all very well to know how to, work Maya on a high level and do, sophisticated character animations. But if once you've done that, you have to move to the United States in order to get a job, that's no good. So we're trying to, look at, well, how do we glue this all together into developing business in the animation world in South Africa and Africa. So we need to keep doing that continuously. So we need to have a variety of products that people can engage with. At the moment, we're looking at really just running with a few simple series of online video courses and content, starting with simple interview videos, just giving people insights into how professionals get through their work. Then moving on to workshops and online courses, proper training courses where you can actually get involved with an animation professional to mentor you in a very direct way, and then eventually into some sort of experimental student productions. But that's quite far in the future, and I mustn't get ahead of myself. But training people in animation, and whether they're working on the technical side or whether they're producers or whether they're just handling financial matters or whatever, being in productions is the quickest way to really get to grips with that. So these are things we're planning in the immediate level. Those short videos are, interview-based things called crew talk, skill shares, where we may be doing more tutorial-based things, which we've already engaged with a bit, but now making it into an ongoing thing, working with workshops and talking at festivals. We've been doing a lot of work. In fact, we're planning to work with Dai at Kataf and working for festivals like the Wacom Comic Book Festival, and now Annecy, producing content for them and getting people speaking. Let me go back there. So we are organizing a course, a talk for MIFA, just based on the Troll Girl videos, short film that's being made. That please dial in for. What we really do is connect people on that level. We've got our own production on the side, but then we connect people so people can always get in contact with that. And one of the things I'm doing right now is making call outs. We are looking for experts to share their knowledge. So if anybody wants to share their knowledge, we have some funds and budgets available. Please get in contact with me. I have a Google form here. Don't write that down. Just get in contact with me. I can send you that link. We can collect data and start building courses if you have things to share. And then obviously any questions.
Colin, I'm jumping in quickly to ask a question. You say get in touch with you, but we're in an online space. So if possible, could you put the preferred email, if that's it, or is it follow you on Twitter and link to you that way? How would you like people to get in touch with you? But that Google form was great. I'm going to share that as well. Yeah. And my last question before I pass it back to you is, will you share this on your website, this presentation you just did, or is it?
Yes, we are planning to. I put this together yesterday, so it won't be there for a little while. But yeah, I'm putting out that call to action, and it should be available soon. People can get in contact via the website and reach me very easily. The Academy website I had up there. and I will post that in the chat along with the Google form, which I'll grab a link of now.
Great. So now we're just going back to some questions that were posted earlier and answered in writing. Thank you for posting those links. Great presentation. And I just want to say that the work you're doing in MIFA, the work in progress, the building up the Academy online is going to serve the world well. I love your mission statement. So very inspirational. And I've always been inspired by Triggerfish, who've led through good times and bad, and have now expanded as well to Ireland. So congratulations to the team there. Erica answered a question, and then please keep your other questions coming. We have a few more minutes, otherwise it's goodbye to some people. So Erica was asked about Digital Lab Africa Next Edition, and what would be happening there, would you be mentoring, and if you had programs in East Africa. And she replied, maybe Erica, maybe you'd like to read what you replied.
Yes, with pleasure. The question was how many project we will be taken for next year in animation, and I said for the moment, and I speak under the control of the Tshimologong team because, as I said, it's now handled by them. Inside the Digital Content Hub, the DLA programming is fully run by their team. So at the moment, it's a minimum 2 animation projects that will be selected next year, maybe more, we don't know yet. And East Africa projects are welcome into the project, so they can apply. So it's a Pan-African program.
Okay, I also heard from Colin and Diane that they've been measuring analytics and they've been looking at engagement online. And Erica, I have a question for you about that. Research is so important in all of this industry. And the 4th Industrial Revolution, creative industries includes gaming. It includes post-production. It includes edutainment. And we have our local big company in that area called Sea Monster, which managed during COVID to bring in $1 million US investment. I mean, this is the area to be working. And esports in Eastern Africa. I know that your EFAS team across Africa have been involved in many of these projects. Digital Lab Africa, for instance, did I Am Chuma support with an atelier in France. Could you maybe speak a little bit about the power of research and what you might be doing in the world of research and how we can assist?
Thank you, Monica. I'm going to mention a research. We've been teaming up with a few partners that I'm going to name on the gaming South African market, so once again it's a partnership, and I'm going to start with you, Monica, because you're part of it. Thank you. But it's a project that is coordinated by Tshimologong, and it has been also funded by NABF, and we have international partners. Because Ubisoft and is also part of the partners of the French studio. The French gaming studio is also one of the partners of this study. The result will be finalized in June, and we will be obviously sharing all the content of this research with the markets and the professionals. This research is also including some elements of comparison with the animation markets. So I think it will be very interesting to understand the close link that those two areas have together, and also obviously one of the reasons why we are doing this research on the side is to identify the gap in the skill development pipeline for our next project, and also to understand exactly how we could support and try to foster the collaboration with international players on those two sectors.
Fantastic. And I think everybody here agrees that we need such quality research. And I'm going to just ask for closing comments from anyone, and then I have to do the vote of thanks. I didn't see any more questions that weren't answered and brought into the conversation. Obviously, Wesgro is here to point you and connect you if you do have questions that you might think of later. Lisa, Nadia, I want to say thanks to you and the team, the technical team led by Ray, Yana at the Wesgro offices. But before that, is there anyone else who would like to make a comment? Because I think we're ending on a high note here, and I know everybody's so busy, and the festival is quite an amazing logistical, not dream. I'm not going to say nightmare because it is a dream. The nightmare is that we are living still in a pandemic, and there were a few extra questions around the pandemic, but I think the best answer was keep checking, look at what's happening online, because I think that's where we end up finding out the most up-to-date information, and it can change quickly, but hopefully we'll be solving this as humanity gets vaccinated and finds other ways to manage this new working order. So do I see any hands here? No one? I kind of went and minimized myself so I could read the list of all the people. No, I'm not seeing anyone. So it's for me, for those attending live, thank you very, very much for attending. I know how busy you've been. It's been great to have people from across Africa and the world here. I know more will be watching online. As Diane said, 500 have so far watched her 2-hour Road to Annecy final pitch with all those amazing judges that you got to do the feedback online. It was so gracious. I learned so much from watching that. First to my speakers, Veronique Ekrenes from MIFA, head of market, and her team at CITI, and the whole Annecy Festival. Amazing road you've journeyed these last two festivals. It is a very user-friendly website once you get to know it, and so do practice, do register, and you get sent a technical form which you can then start to practice a little bit more about. You also get to watch so much. Do check which goes out of date. Try to watch those first, but prioritize those online meetings, as our next speaker, Erica Denis from IFAS said, and also Nick Clutie from the chair of the Animation South Africa industry body. Thank you so much, Erica. Thank you so much, Nick. And our final two speakers, our amazing director of CITAF, Cape Town International Animation Festival. Thank you very much for Road to Annecy Innovation. Thank you very much for growing CITAF and FAME and all your other partners and partnering with Annecy. And I look forward to also seeing the Troll Girls work in progress at MIFA, which I know is part of your studio, which you were very humble not to speak about. But Colin Payne, as CEO of the Triggerfish Academy, you did speak a little bit about it, and of the Triggerfish Academy, which we need to grow and lean in on so that we can grow the capacity in this industry. And then to our national partner, the National Film and Video Foundation, thank you very much, Stacy, for being here in the backstage area and leaning in on some of these problems during our testing. And it was creative discussion, really. I know you have a lot of super ideas that you're going to be marketing the whole South Africa stand, the Animation South Africa stand, which you've kindly sponsored and are pushing through people who need accreditation support. Thank you very much. Also to the other provinces that you pulled into that vortex, KZN Film Commission and Gauteng Film Commission. And of course, the other national partners are the Institut Français, IFAS, the Annecy Festival Online, the Tshimologong Incubator, Innovation Center, Leslie, Joy, thank you very much. Animation South Africa, the CITAF, my team here at Wesgro, thank you very much. The Wesgro webinar team, the African Film Commissions Network, our Western Cape funders, thank you very much. Ansel for being here, and of course, Cape Town investment team at City of Cape Town, and they do have an amazing team there at the Film Cape Town office. Everybody, the few more links are being posted here. Please download them, hit save chat if you haven't already. I'm going to start waving because we're at the end of our hour and a half. It's been a real blessing to have you all here, and do tell people to come to the webinar when it's posted. All of you who registered will get a link to this webinar when it is posted, and please share it widely. And see you on Annecy and in all the other festivals that you need to produce your projects, to grow your know-how and to develop this industry and grow jobs in it, because it's a great place to work. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.